We see it all in black and white and painted all so reasonably. I sit and wonder what we seem to know, how we're sure it all works out. You'll make the sauce, I'll make the dough. Soon we'll see what it's about. I sit and wonder.
Hi all, I'm Tony. This is SV Tapatya. We're building a cruising sailboat and been busy this week. Busy every week. Started off, a couple of things happened in the Lazarette. You know I've been working in there recently, and one thing I wanted to do I'm putting in a kind of false floor in the Lazarette, I've mentioned before, and I wanted to put some pieces around the inside of the hull that false floor will sit on, and I wanted to cut them into the curve of the hull, and they as I say, provide the support for that false floor, but also add reinforcement to the hull. I decided to laminate these pieces because the aft end of the hull has got quite a curve to it. So first thing I did was I cut a form to the shape of the hull that would form the basis for the lamination of those pieces. Yeah, then obviously the next job is to laminate some thin strips on that form to get the shape of the hull. And I used some bits of Doug fir and a couple of bits of black locust that I had as offcuts, 8mm thick, 5 layers, laminated them up to get that strut to go on the inside of the hull. Glued them with Colano Semperock, the foaming, moisture curing polyurethane, and when it's dry, comes out as a lovely shaped piece of wood, as you can imagine. something like that, eh? Okay. The other big project this week was the engine room, which is behind Carrie. And we came to the conclusion after a bit of thought that it's probably wisest to drop the engine out. And I spent a bit of time sat in the engine room looking at it, thinking, scratching my head, you know. And there are a few bits in there that need shaping up, need a bit of trimming to make the best of the engine room. It needs cleaning out, it needs painting, probably some insulation in there. Certainly some insulation. So it just made the most sense to drop it out. So we took it out the other evening, didn't we? And sat there now, as you can tell. And then over in the engine room, under Lazarette storage panel in position. And that's got two parts of storage in it. One you can see it's quite clearly there, that has a drop-out board for a bit of storage in the engine room. That will just be for engine spares and bits and bobs. And the other one is in here, Carrie. There's access through the quarter berth, which is a nice big bit of storage under the quarter berth there. And clearly we had to cut a hatch out for that. So it's all in progress. The panels, most of them have been glassed both sides. If it hasn't been glassed, it's just been coated with epoxy, several coats of epoxy, and ready to assemble now pretty much. We'll be gluing it in, and then obviously clean up, trim, paint, get it all kitted out in there, get the engine back in, have it looking nice. Well, there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. A couple of things, perhaps. New merch coming up. I've got a new batch of t-shirts. They'll be in the shop soon. as soon as I can find the time to get the website sorted out, they'll be in the shop. Something I should say for our American viewers is that it has been, up until last week, it's been impossible for us to post anything from Germany to the US due to COVID restrictions. They've opened it up now. This week it is now possible for us to post, but only open via sea, which means delivery times 3 or 4 weeks, something like that, as I understand it. So no air freight to the US, but sea freight is now possible. So we'll be sending a couple of things off US bound soon. In Europe, no issue at all. I know nothing about Australia, unfortunately. Probably by sea, probably open by sea again now. It was also not possible to post to Australia. But anyhow, t-shirts in the shop soon. Sea postage possible worldwide. Regular postage in this vicinity, I guess. And last mention, we've got a Patreon thing going on, various tiers, starting at as little as $1 a month. And not only that, but Patreon now allows you to pledge in euro and British pounds, I believe. So it can be as little as $1, €1 or £1 British pound a month. More is always possible. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
And on the day she was kissed by the sun, head thrown back, taking it in, a new day has begun. Still going steady, she was stopped by no one. Determined strides as the day got brighter.